guys, it's Miss Maya from the Green Free Library, here to share another story time with you. Did everyone have a fun Memorial Weekend? I hope so. I want to welcome everyone who's watching and sing hi to our friends, new and old. You ready? The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. Hi to Ava and Veda and Ella and Kinsley, Aliana and CJ and Zaylee and Max and Evan and Ella and Willow and Finn and Hudson and Nova and Wade and Max and Kinley and Roland and me. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Okay, very good. Let's sit down. Show me your hands. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. Give a little clap. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. Lay them in your lap. Okay. Let's see. We're almost at the end of our month. And it's the month with only 3 letters in it. Do you remember? There it is. It's May. Can we spell that together? M-A-Y. May. And our season has not changed. It is still spring. S-P-R-I-N-G. Spring. All right. So today is Wednesday, the 28th day of May, practically at the end, right? And here's our calendar. And we said May was the 5th month. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. That goes under our month, right? And to write the number 28, we need a 2 and an 8. 28. And I bet I don't even have to say what day it is. You guys know, right? Wednesday. Okay, that goes up here. And if our season is still the same, then we need our which picture? The spring picture. There it is. That goes right there. So it is Wednesday, the 28th day of May in spring. Perfect. So May is usually a nice month, yeah, although here it's been pretty rainy so far. Everything has gotten very green with all this rain. The grass is growing, lots of leaves have come out on the trees and the bushes, and it's trying to get warmer too. I want to tell you one last story before we start our summer theme next month. And this fairy tale is called Stone Soup. Now, there are several different versions of this, like there are with most fairy tales and folk tales. And I will tell you the one that I learned, okay? So, here's our guy, all right? So, once upon a time, there was a young man who traveled from town to town. And on this day, he'd walked a very long way for a very long time. Oh, and he was very hungry. And he came upon a fine-looking cottage. And he thought maybe he could get something to eat. So he knocked on the door, and an old woman answered. And there she is. And he said, "Oh, hello, my good lady. I have walked a very long time and a very long way, and I'm very hungry. Could you spare me some food?" The old lady shook her head. "I have nothing in the cupboard and nothing in the garden." And she started to close the door. "Wait," said the young man. and he pulled a smooth gray stone out of his pocket. "If you can't give me any food, could you spare a pot and some water? And then I could make stone soup." Soup from a stone? Well, she'd never heard of such a thing. "Oh, yes," he said. "If I just had a pot full of water and a fire, I would show you how it works. This stone and boiling water will make the best soup you have ever tasted." Well, the old woman was amazed, and she opened the door. And she put a large pot filled with water over the fire in the fireplace, and the young man carefully placed the stone in the pot. When the water had begun to boil, he tasted a spoonful of water. It needs salt and a bit of barley. So, here is our salt. And here is our barley. Barley is a grain. All right. So the old woman put the barley and the salt in the pot with the round gray stone. And the young man tasted the soup again. "Oh, much better," he said. "But it would be even better with some vegetables. Do you have any?" "Oh, yes," she said. Her enthusiasm for this amazing soup was growing. And she went quickly into the pantry, and into the pot went a generous portion of turnips and some carrots and some beans, and along with the salt and the barley and the round gray stone. "Oh, that soup smells good," said the little old lady. And after the mixture had boiled for a while, the young man tasted it again. "Much better," he said, "but it would be even better with some potatoes." So what do you think happened? "Oh, yes," the woman agreed, and she went to her pantry for the potatoes, and into the pot they went, along with the turnips and the carrots and the beans and the round gray stone. Soon the young man tasted it again. "Oh, that is much, much better, but some beef broth and bones would make it even better." So the old woman agreed, and she went again to the pantry, and she brought back the broth and the bones. All right, there they are. And into the pot they went, along with the potatoes and the turnips and the carrots and the beans and the salt and the barley and the round gray stone. The old woman tasted the soup. "This soup is fit for a king, so I will set a table fit for a king." And she got out her best tablecloth and her best dishes and put them on the table. Then the little old lady and the hungry young man ate all the soup. The soup made from beef broth and bones and potatoes and turnips and carrots and beans and salt and barley and the round gray stone. The end. What do you think? Did you like that story? Do you think you could really make soup from a stone? The young man did, but he needed a lot of other ingredients too, didn't he? Yes, he did. All right, I have books, several retellings of stone soup. And this one is told by Marcia Brown, and it's very different in the sense that it involves French soldiers and an entire village that help make the soup. And then this version of stone soup is written and retold by McGovern, and it's more like the one I just told you about a little old lady and a young man. And then lastly, we have this version retold by Iris VanRynbach, and this is set during the Revolutionary War in America, and it has a soldier in it too. So I will take these books back to the library so that you may borrow them. For our art project today, we're going to make stone soup using a brown paper bag and colored construction paper scissors, markers, glue, and a stapler. Now I've made 2 activity sheets for you to use if you would like, and they're going to be up on the library website, and you can find them under the information tab, and then it'll say activity sheets. Okay, so have an adult to help you download those and color and cut them out, right? Then one of them is your pot. So you take your brown paper bag and you staple your pot to the front of the bag, okay? And then you have your ingredients and you can add them to the pot. Yeah, all right? And I wrote a little poem to help you make it a little more fun. And it goes like this. You need a pot that's plenty big. Wash your stone and drop it in. Add some salt and barley too. Turnips, beans, and a carrot or two. So there's the turnips, and there's the beans, and there's the carrot. Potatoes are always good to add, and there they are. The yummy flavor will make you glad, and don't forget to add the meat. That will make it a tasty treat. And when it's boiled and smells delicious, you'll know it's time to get the dishes. Okay, so there we go. Now, we have been making these story time videos since March of 2020, and on June 25th, the 200th video will air on this channel. How about that? That is amazing, isn't it? And in honor of our 200th video, we're going to make a special button, and I need some help. If you are in 6th grade or under, and you've ever come to a story time at the Green Free Library, you're invited to draw a picture for the button. Now there'll be a template on the library website for you to use, and your picture has to fit inside that because the button is only like that, okay? So bring your drawing to the library by 5 o'clock on June 18th, and one will be chosen to be put on the special 200th anniversary button. And I can't wait to see what you make. June 25th is also the first day of our summer library reading program. And remember, you can begin registering on June 1st. The theme this year is Color Your World. That's all I have for today. I'll be back with a new video on June 11th. Take care, and thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.